Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading. So, today we're trying to get the information when it comes to what God wants to tell you. So, let's see. What do you want to tell Cancer right now, please? Most High, what's your message for Cancer? Interesting. Okay, pick one. Look like you want to pick that one. Okay, so we're being led to an interesting deck here for you. If we need to use any other deck to bring clarifications, we will do so. But this deck I designed for helping the music business. Okay, so let's see what message comes out because it's pertaining to your life right now. Even if it's not coming from a musical perspective, I'm sure the words on the card will make sense to us. Or we will dig until they do. So let's see. Two more. At the bottom of the deck, we have choose a movie, write and make your own soundtrack or album or single to that movie. Okay, so choosing a movie could be seen as like choosing a scenario, paying attention to a specific scenario in your life and suss it out. Okay, so there's something happening in your life that you need to understand from your own perspective. Okay, so it's like choose a scene or pay attention to that scene in your life that's probably provoking you the most likely, or that person or something, and really probably write out the disadvantages, the advantages, go over the history that you have with this person or this situation. Okay, so God want you to really pay attention to something or someone that's bothering you in detail. That's the first message. That's quite clear. So if you're watching a movie, let's say you're a musician and you're watching a movie and you choose to write a soundtrack to it, you'll be writing the soundtrack or the singular or whatever to about whatever it is that you see taking place, and it will reflect the movie. So that's what God want you to do. Okay? So pay attention to whatever it is in detail. If you need to write so that you have all of your notes with you able to look at, so you don't have to try and remember everything. It's more difficult that way. All right, so let's see what card comes out. Whole clump. All right. Okay, so we got be your own biggest critic and your own biggest fan at the bottom of the deck. So that's talking about if you know that you are right, give yourself the credit. If you know that you are wrong, correct yourself. Okay, be the one to be most honest about your contribution in this matter. Okay, so don't lie about it to make yourself look innocent. It's very important that you face the reality of how you contributed to whatever this situation is. Okay, so we got sing love songs. So God want you to talk nice to yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Because love songs, what are love songs? Love songs, they make you feel all gooey and mushy inside, okay? They create a different vibration in you. They raise your vibration actually. Some people don't like to have their vibration raised, but that's what love songs do. They raise your vibration. They have the power to put smiles on your face, put joy in your heart, just make you feel good. So sing love songs. So speak nicely to yourself. You don't need to be mean about it. You don't need to be hard on yourself or the other person or people about it. Just be cool. Okay? We have write it raw, then keep it clean. So if you are writing, God want you to just write. Do not censor yourself. Okay? And then once you go back over it, then you can correct or clean up anything that you feel may not be true, or anything you feel may be harsh, or things like this. Because it's like, if you were trying to have this conversation with someone, if you were to talk to them, once you say something that come out rude and that, you can't take it back. But when you're writing, you can not censor yourself. Well, you can censor yourself, but also when you go over it, you can correct yourself. You can see your mistakes. It will tell you about your emotions when it comes to dealing with this situation and things like that. Okay, so write it raw. Don't censor yourself. So even if you're lying or whatever, just write. So when you go back over it, then you'll be able to see it from a psychological perspective, how you probably allowed your emotions to make you amplify the matter more, or you've allowed your pride to make you not say exactly how bad this thing was, or things like that. Okay, so this is like a psychological test, or what do you call that thing, assignment. It's like a psychological assignment. God want you to take a good look at yourself and whatever the situation is, and whoever it is that's included in it. Okay, now we got find ways to get people to hear and understand your lyrics. They will like it. Look, this is really cool. So after you have decided to be kind to yourself when you're saying what you're saying, right? Try to treat yourself with as much love as possible. Try to treat the situation with as much love as possible. God want you to write it raw. So if you're upset, do not hide the fact that you're upset. Okay? If you feel like being a bitch, don't hide the fact that you feel like being a bitch. Or if you feel like being a dog, don't hide the fact that you feel like being a dog. Write it raw. And then go through it again and say, boy, ooh, I could have said that a bit better. Like, ooh, yeah, no. That's not going to give me any brownie points at all. That's going to give me some enemies. Yeah, so that's the mission for you at this time. And then find ways to get people to hear and understand what you have to say. Right? So once you do that, they will like it, God says. So this is a matter of you cleaning up your communication when it comes to this matter. So God is giving you ample opportunity to go through it, so that you can finalize exactly how you want to express yourself when it comes time to tell this person or people what it is that you have to say, so that you can diminish as much difficulty or hurdles in this situation as possible. I hope you're understanding. Okay, I heard a yes in my spiritual ears. Yeah, look, it's be your own biggest critic and your own biggest fan. It's all about how you say it. Okay, and sing about friendship. So God want, it's like, okay, so I'm getting a better picture now. Let's see, this is not your season. Wait. So the big picture that I'm getting from what's happening here is, there's somebody that you actually care about, that you actually respect, that you don't want to ruin the relationship between you, but there's a serious matter that needs to get addressed that has the potential to ruin the relationship. Okay, so this is why God is giving you ample time to just go over the details, see how you actually feel, and then censor yourself so that the news is palatable to the other person. So don't say it how you would normally say it. Don't attempt to handle this situation the way that you would normally attempt to handle it, because your first mind is probably to cuss somebody out. Your first mind is probably to amplify their mistakes and scrunch yours up so that they seem like they were nothing, but in the other person's mind, they will see you for who you actually are. And maybe they'll be scrunching up what they did in their mind to make what they did seem small. But the truth of the matter is, only the truth will set you both free. And if you both care about each other, then you would be willing to admit, yeah, I could have handled that better. Or they would be able to say, yeah, I could have handled that better too. And then you could actually apologize to each other and carry on your friendship. Okay? So this is a save the friendship kind of reading. Or maybe this is a family member, or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or something like that. Okay? So some shit went down and you need to take the time to go over it first before you actually talk to this person, because your first mind is going to create more damage for this relationship. Okay, and that's not what you want. So that was quite clear. Until next time, Cancer, good luck.